Welcome to Hello English Teacher. Today let's look at some important points from the chapter Poets and Pancakes, Class 12. Poets and Pancakes is written by Ashoka Mitran, and this story is an excerpt from his book My Years with the Boss. Now, in this story, he talks about his time at the Gemini Studios, which was a prominent film studio in Madras, now called as Chennai. Now, the title Pancakes actually refers to the brand of makeup powder used mostly in the film industry in those days. The chapter provides humorous and insightful glimpses into the lives of people working in the studio. So, first, let us look at the makeup department in the Gemini Studios. Now, the makeup department, which is very important for a film production, is described with a mix of humor and satire. Satire is nothing but use of humor, especially to ridicule something. So, the pancake, which is the brand of the makeup material or the powder that is used to be bought in truckloads. That means a large amount of pancake used to be bought here to transform the actors. Transform means to make up the actors and the crowd players. The department had a strict hierarchy. Hierarchy means follow something in a particular order. So the chief makeup man worked on the lead actors. That means the chief of the makeup studio used to make up the lead actor, while the office boy, who was the lowest in rank, used to apply makeup for the crowd players. Now, despite its practical function, the makeup room was an uncomfortable space filled with incandescent lights. That means there used to be fiery and bright lights which used to be very miserable for the people who were sitting there. And he also says that it resembled a barber shop. That means the makeup room resembled a barber shop. The makeup department also displayed national integration through its staff. This is because the department had people working from various parts of India. That means individuals from various regions and communities of India worked in the makeup department. So that's why the narrator says that the makeup department showed national integration before any media could talk or show programs on it. The office boy and his frustrated aspirations. Aspirations means his wishes. So the boy who aspired to be a writer or a lyricist represents unfulfilled dreams within the industry. That means this office boy was not actually a boy, he was actually a man in his 40s, and he was all the time unhappy because he actually wanted to be a lyricist or a writer or an actor, but then he was doing the work of an office boy. And this bitterness was always towards Kottamangalam Subbu, the versatile and successful number two at Gemini Studios. So, this office boy always thought that his unhappiness was due to this person called Subbu, who was always considered as the number two at the Gemini Studios. So he was versatile. Versatile means ability to change according to the need. So he always felt jealous about this Subbu, and he was also frustrated, especially in a situation where there was competition. Kottamangalam Subbu, or the multifaceted persona. Persona means personality. Now, the Subbu was actually a creative genius. He was instrumental in the success of Gemini Studios, known for his loyalty, quick witted solutions. That means any solution given to him, he would immediately come up with a large number of answers or ways to deal with the solution. And ability to write for the masses. He also authored the novel Tillana Mohanambal and acted in supporting roles with excellence. Now, despite his success, Subbu had critics. Now, he was very successful in films, but then his literary career was overshadowed by his success in films. Now, Subbu had critics. That means people always used to find fault with him because of his sycophantic demeanor. Sycophantic demeanor means he behaved in such demeanor means behavior. Sycophantic means a person who simply flatters somebody in order to gain some advantage. And he was such a person, he was always very close to the boss as well. So that's why he had a lot of critics. The story department was actually a mix of poets, writers, and a peculiar lawyer because he added not only literary but also whimsical atmosphere to the studio. Whimsical means a very playful atmosphere. What happened once was the lawyer, who's known for his logical but cold personality, inadvertently ended the career of a temperamental actress. Inadvertently means accidentally. He was responsible for the ending of the career of an young actress. Temperamental actress means somebody who has mood changes often. So once accidentally he recorded her outburst at the studio and then played it back to her. So because of this she had to end her career. So this was not done intentionally, but it happened without his intention. That is, accidentally he was responsible for this actress to end her career. The Gemini Studios and poetry. The Gemini Studios had a lot of poets and writers, and most of them were indifferent to political ideologies. That means they did not follow any particular political ideology, and they all hated communism, which they actually misunderstood. The poets and staff shared a khadi clad Gandhian ethos. That means all the poets and writers usually wore khadi clothes, especially while hosting plays or events by Frank Bachman's Moral Rearmament Army. Only the lawyer was differently dressed because he always wore a coat and a shirt, etc. Stephen Spender's visit. Now, the arrival of Stephen Spender, a British poet and editor of The Encounter, actually baffled the staff who were unfamiliar with his work. That means nobody in Gemini Studios understood why this Stephen Spender came to Gemini Studios. His speech, delivered in an accent difficult for the audience to comprehend, added to the confusion. So, when he came and delivered the speech, that also was very confusing because they could not comprehend or understand his accent. Later, Ashokamitran connects Spender to the book God That Failed, revealing the ideology divide between Gemini Studios and Spender's reflections on communism. So, what happened later? He finds a book where Stephen Spender had written an article about him trying to understand communism and failing to understand it. So, through this essay, the writer tries his satirical reflections on the film industry. The essay uses humor and irony to critique the absurdities of the film studio system. So, he has used irony and humor to critique means to criticize the absurdities means the foolishness of the people in the studio, from its rigid makeup hierarchy to the misplaced reception of the global literary figures. So he's trying to make fun of the makeup department, the story department, and also how the people there try to welcome the man, that is Stephen Spender, without actually understanding why he came there. So let's look at the themes in the lesson. First one is cultural juxtaposition, which shows the incongruity of the British poet addressing a Tamil film studio, highlights the cultural disconnects because incongruity means something which is not in place. So the British poet addressing a Tamil film studio shows the disconnect between the cultures of the two countries. So next is unfulfilled aspirations. People like the office boy and Kottamangalam Subbu had unfulfilled aspirations because they had come here for something else, but then they were doing something else. So national integration, the diversity of the Gemini studio, especially the makeup department, reflects India's multicultural ethos. Satire on misunderstanding. The essay mocks the lack of awareness about global literature and ideologies within the studio. I hope you liked today's video. For more interesting videos, do subscribe to Hello English Teacher. Thank you for watching.